Hello everyone, this is Rajesh Suguru. In this video, I am going to cover the most important topic, aspire. What does it mean by aspire? What is aspiration meant for? And how we have to make use of the power of aspiration to become successful person in our life. Or the key topics are going to cover in this video. The first and foremost thing that you need to understand, to become successful in either in your career or to become successful in your life, you should have high aspirations. Without having high aspiration, you will end up doing your daily routines and you will end up your life without achieving something on the end of the day. Aspire is very simple word, and having high aspirations is also quite simple, but achieving that aspirations is the one that you need to really look into. Don't worry, we are here to help you for free of cost to set your high aspirations. At the same time, we will help you out to achieve your aspirations. In that matter, aspirations are not something that you can inherit from either your neighbor or from your role models. Aspiration is something that should come from bottom of your heart. Aspiration is something that should come from your brilliant mind. When I say brilliant mind, most of the below average students or average students, they stop watching this video and by thinking that it's for only brilliant people, isn't it? Don't do that. Brilliancy cannot be measured by just using education as the baseline. You might not be in the right place at this point of time where you can demonstrate your aspirations and skills, but you will be there one fine day if you have a clear set aspirations, what you need to achieve and what you need to achieve in your life. So the simple thing that you need to understand, brilliancy is not something or the academic percentage that you get on the area where you are studying at this stage. The brilliancy is something, if you place your efforts in the right direction to achieve your aspirations and show your progress consistently and achieve something after few years down to the line, that's called brilliancy. Your brilliancy, no one can assess at some point of time. Your brilliancy can be measured only by you, because everyone measures your brilliancy based on their knowledge and their brilliancy. So keep it in mind that you should have high aspirations where you should be in a position to place your efforts to achieve that aspirations, and don't think that something is impossible. Anything is possible. And if your aspiration is finding out the aliens and their lifestyle, people might say like, oh, he's talking about which is highly impossible to achieve in 10 years time or 20 years time, or at least like if you are at the age of 25 in another 75 years of time. Forget about all those things. Do whatever that you want to. If it doesn't make sense to you on your aspirations itself, then it's the time to correct it. As long as it makes sense to you and you know that you are placing your efforts in right direction to achieve your aspirations, as long as if you can see like certain progress, let it be 0.00001% of your aspiration to progress every day, that's fine. One fine day you will be there and it reaches to 100%. Believe on your aspirations. Try to collage all the best practices from the society and from the market and be the successful person. And you have to set the best practices. After collating all the best practices from the society and analyzing it carefully and enhancing those best practices to see yourself as a successful person or personality. So to become successful in your career and life, you should definitely have high aspirations. And the second thing, as I always request, either students or professionals, if you think that you have to achieve something in your life, you have to start it right now. Don't wait for a few hours and don't wait for a few days and don't delay it for a few years. In one of these inspiring video from Pattabhiram Garu, I was really impressed by going through that video completely about postponement. Postponement is a kind of disease for which there is no medicine than setting your mind to work every day to achieve your aspirations. So don't keep postponement as your hobby. I can understand your priorities might change when the time goes. But at the same time, you have to understand your aspirations are high priority to you at any point of time. If you are aspired to take care of your family, keep that as the aspiration as well. When I talk about aspiration, don't think it's closely or it's only related to only career. No. When I talk about aspiration, it might be taking care of your family, and it might be making your mom and father proud, and your aspiration might be like to keep all your lecturers proud about you and to make them proud about you. And your aspiration might be to become CEO of Google or Microsoft, or your aspiration might be your startup, taking your startup to the level where Google and Microsoft are standing as of today. So keep your aspirations high. If your aspirations are high, and then if you start working towards your aspirations, that's the 50% of the success. That itself is the 50% of success. So keep your aspirations very high and then start participating. What does it mean by start participating? Start participating is very generic word. I cannot say just start participating in some community related things. I cannot say start participating in seminars, and I cannot say like start participating in teamwork. So you have to keep in your mind that you have to participate in each and every possible things in your life to achieve your aspiration. Having high aspiration is one thing, but not working towards achieving that goal, towards achieving that aspiration is the other thing. If you are not working to achieve your aspirations in your life, then what's the point of having high aspirations? Everyone have their own dreams to achieve their aspirations. So how you can achieve your aspirations? It is by participating with the relevant crowds. It is by participating in the activities organized by the relevant crowds with a similar mindset. Remember that there is a crowd with a similar mindset who want to achieve their aspirations in their life, but their energy levels are not that high. So you need to be with the crowd where their energy levels are too high and their mindset is very similar to you and their aspirations are very close to your aspirations. And if you are in the group, let's say if your aspiration is too high where you might not get like a crowd of thousand or thousands and thousands of people. There might be very limited people who can think in that intellectual aspirations, and then you should be the one who's supposed to lead them, who have to bring great value addition to the particular crowd or team. By keep expressing your aspirations to the crowd and keep placing your efforts, your hard efforts and your smart efforts, whatever that it is possible to achieve your goal or to achieve your aspirations. So you need to keep participate irrespective of how big is the crowd, but you need to discuss with the similar set of minds to understand where your aspirations stand now and where you can take your aspirations. And as I said, like if the crowd is too weak to understand, though they have similar set of aspirations, though they are very weak when it comes to implementation, when it comes to planning to achieve their aspirations, you are the one who should take the ownership and leadership of that particular crowd and make sure that everyone who believes in you grow along with you. Don't try to see yourself only as a leader. You have to make sure that whoever follow you, they all should become leaders one fine day and they should talk about you. Without you, they might not be the big leaders. They might not be the successful leaders in the society. So lead them if they are weak. Follow them if they are stronger and if they are in advanced stage than where you are at this point of time. But participate, 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 participate. That should be your mindset. And then be informed. Having high aspiration is one thing. As I always say, implementing that aspiration, planning that aspiration, and having information about that aspiration is quite important. If you see current world, how it is moving, it's completely depending on the information. It's completely depending on the statistics. It's not only current generation. If you take historical information, see again I am talking about information. So information is key. So you should be informed on the latest updates on your aspirations. This is the world where you can sit at the corner of the room and then get all the information what you require. And form a group or form a network with the similar set of minds, and then be one of those who get informed on the latest updates on your aspirations. It might be a person, it might be a website, it might be a video, YouTube video, or anything. Whatever you believe that it gives a wonderful information to you, follow that. But be informed. You have to be informed to become successful in your life, and have certain level of resistance on what you are not aspire about. I am repeating, you have to be resistant on the aspirations that you are not interested in. Even if you see the roads and whatever the surfaces, you need some roughness on that. So that roughness is the resistance that you need to add to your life. Smoother surfaces are easy to skip, but not the tough and rough surfaces which got certain resistance. It doesn't mean that you have to show your resistance on each and everything. It means that if it is too much resistance, obviously the purpose won't fill. You cannot perform your journey. You should have a reasonable calculated resistance. And who said this calculation? It's you. With your experience, by taking experience from others, it's always good. Learning from others, it's even good. But at the same time, keeping your own limits by yourself after experiencing all these things is your choice. So what level of resistance that I need to keep in my life? No one knows. It's you yourself has to set that resistance levels on what you are not inspired about and on what you are not aspired about. And then don't forget, everyday learning is only mantra that takes you towards the success, to achieve your aspirations. It's every day before you go to the bed, just think that what I learned today. If you haven't learned anything, then learn something and go to the bed. That learning should be very close to your heart. The learning should be very close to your aspiration. And sometimes you might fed up in chasing your aspirations. But believe me, if you are really serious to chase your aspirations, you never ever get tired of it. You never get tired. But sometimes where there are phases that few other priorities dominates your aspirations, at that time learn something which is very easy, but learn something which is new to you. Learn whatever. If you are passionate about cooking, learn. If you are passionate about teaching, learn. If you are passionate about giving seminars, learn. If you are passionate about bringing change in students' life, learn. Learning every day, learning every time, learning from everyone, learning from everyone's experience helps you a lot to achieve your aspirations. So learning every day, keep this simple principle in your mind to achieve your goal, your aspirations. I'm developing whole this set of videos as part of career guidance. Career guidance to help as many students as possible for free of cost. Don't expect that I'm going to make a package at the end of day and then release it for the students for some economic gain or for some financial gains. No, that's not the purpose. And to the students who stay in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, I strongly recommend you to attend to the Impact program organizing by Gampa Nageshwar Rao Garu. Since long time, it's almost 20 years journey. I believe it's 20 plus years journey, where all the leaders from different sectors, leaders from the different domains and leaders from different areas are participating in this Impact program to help as many students as possible, and they are all providing their services for free of cost. So to attend to the Impact program, you need not to pay single NP. It's absolutely free of cost, and you might get a wonderful and useful channel to achieve your aspirations. And if you don't have a preset aspirations in your mind at this time, that's the place where you can find your passion areas and grab from there and then move on. So that's a step one I can suggest to you, whoever stay in AP, Andhra Pradesh, and then in Telangana. And there might be different set of programs across India and across the globe which can bring changes in your life, and they might be for free of cost, and there might be some programs they charge for the services, but start with free, because we like the free, we like the word called free. And it's even easy to convince in your family and with your parents, and it's even easy to convince to your friends that you are going to attend for so and so program, which is like quite value addition to you, which is again for free of cost. For the students, I know each and every NP how valuable it is. So just remember that you should have high aspirations, and you should start with step one to achieve something, and Impact is one of those impacting programs in AP and Telangana, and you have to participate with the similar set of mindsets, and you have to start discussing, and you have to participate in the discussions, and you have to participate in the planning, and you have to participate in executing, and you have to participate in continuously monitoring and controlling your aspirations, whether those aspirations and whether your efforts are going in right direction to achieve your aspirations or not. And you have to be really informed. Without having information, taking decision on something is quite difficult. And then you should have certain resistance on what you don't want to do. Keep that in mind. You need not to say yes for everything. If you are 100% sure that whatever the efforts that others are asking you to place will not take you towards your aspirations, then just leave that. Find the people who support your aspirations. Find the people who are ready to perform journey to support your aspirations, and then perform your journey to achieve your aspiration destination. And then don't forget, this is very important, you have to learn every day, and you have to learn from everything, and you have to learn from all the other people. Learning something positive, that's up to you. And there are times where you need to learn from the other people or from your colleagues, friends, relatives, beloved ones, whatever. There are the times where you have to learn that how you shouldn't be to achieve your aspirations. That's the key thing. Learning is not something always about like learning positives. And learning is something, learning that what you don't want to learn as well. On what you are not interested on. You have to learn on what you are not interested on. So that's how the life works. You should learn this thing shouldn't done in this way. You should learn these things should done like this way. That's all helps you a lot. So don't forget to take step 1 and don't forget to keep high aspirations today and work towards achieving that aspirations. Identify the proper network who can help you to achieve your aspirations and keep everyday learning as your mindset and participate consistently and continuously with the crowd who got a similar set of minds and extend the scope and extend the network and learn from the even bigger crowd and learn from even bigger events and try to, I shouldn't say try here, and be the one who is successful person in your life. One last thing, if you feel this video helpful to you, don't forget to like at the bottom. And if you feel this video should help to your similar set of minds and your network, don't forget to share at the bottom. And if you feel to hear more and more about our value adding work to you, don't forget to subscribe at the bottom and click on the bell button to receive the notifications on our future work. And the most important thing is that if you are very specific about your aspirations and want to ask any questions to the experts, just go and comment at the bottom so that one of our experts help to attempt that question to answer very specific to your aspirations. Thank you for watching this video. Signing off, Rajesh Suguru.